right, everybody, we are out here on another beautiful afternoon on the backyard crawler course. This is the backyard crawler coming at you here, and I've dug another truck out of the stash in the garage to bring out here and see if we can shut this old Redcat down. I've got the Axial, I think this is an SCX 10II. This was a Jeep Cherokee. It was an RTR that you could buy, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, maybe even 10. But anyway, this truck's got a little brass on it. It's got a little bit of overdrive in it. We're running the Jconcepts landmines on it. It's got the Holmes Hobby Crawlmaster motor and a 1080 Hobby Wing ESC. And the Redcat is the, this is just the standard Redcat Ascent. It is not the Fusion. Although this one does have a Fusion installed in it. As far as other modifications, we are running the just some brass differential covers and some hyrax tires. So let's get out here and find us some lines and see how these two trucks will do against each other. So we'll see you on the course in just a minute. Okay, so here we go. So I think we'll do something a little different today. You know, typically I just bring these trucks out here and go find the steepest rock climb I can put them on, or get them off camber and see how they do. But you know, I think the gist of the people that buy these rock crawlers actually, you know, probably, wow, tree just fell. How about that? Well, let me stop this video here right quick and get this tree out of the way and pick up the lights knocked down, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, well, let's try this again. Hopefully we won't get hit by a falling tree this time. But anyway, as I was saying before we were interrupted a while ago, I want to do something a little different today. Instead of just taking these trucks out and, you know, looking for the steepest rock climb or concrete slab we got to put them on, let's put them on the trail out here and climb up some dirt banks and see how they do getting off camber on some of these slick surfaces, versus just seeing which one's front end will stay down the best. And you know, I think most people that buy a rock crawler really are using them more for trail trucks and enjoyment when you're out hiking or, you know, hanging out with your friends. Everybody really isn't blessed to have a you know, a rocky area close by in their neighborhood to play on, or you know, a crawler course in their backyard. So but anyway, let's put this old truck across the trail right here and see how it does, and then we'll bring the Redcat out right behind it and see how it compares to it. So here we go, let's get moving. This is a body that I painted several years ago. It was one of my first attempts at doing stripes and such, and it turned out really nice. This was actually one of my favorite crawlers for a very long time right here. Let's get a little bit of run at this and see how it goes. There we go. All right. See how it's going to do with the sun coming over the top of the hill up here. This is one good looking little Jeep Cherokee. All right, let's see if we can get down through here without rolling off side of the bank. We're going to get through this just fine. About got away from me coming down through there. The old Crawlmasters don't have quite as good a coast brake on them when you start them moving coming off of the hill as the Fusions do. And just to let you know, I really love scale trucks too. It's not just about who can get up the steepest rock for me. And I'm going to be getting some of my scale trucks out here and working with them a little more and doing a little commentary with them, kind of like we're doing now. I hate to see the scale part of this hobby go away, with everyone just becoming interested in, you know, a low center of gravity crawler, wanting to, you know, be the best at just getting up the side of a rock, versus actually, like I said, what I think most people do with them, which is get out on the trail with their friends and use these things right here as, you know, just a little something else to occupy your time when you're out getting some exercise or doing whatever it is you do for your, you know, a little extra fun in the day. All right, we got that. Let's see if we can get up this this bank right here alongside of the possum pen. All right, we got that pretty easy. If you remember my last video, I don't know what went wrong, but I tried to make that little climb with my TRX4 Sport, and I think I tried 8 or 10 times. You just could not get up that. But anyway, the SCX 10I with the landmines on it made it. So let's bring the Redcat over and see how it runs across this little trail. See you in just a second. Okay, here we go with the Redcat. So, you know, we had a little complication in the first video with this little tree right here falling. Kind of interrupted our first video with the Axial. But let's see how the Redcat gets across here. I actually painted this body right here. I was going to do it for my wife. And I bought silver and purple. I originally had intentions of this roof turning out silver, but when I came back and backed it with that purple, it kind of turned that pinkish looking. Wasn't really what my plan was, but it is a pretty good looking rig here. All right up there without too many problems. And I think the Axial done about the same thing. And we do got a little sun glare at the top here, so we'll have to deal with that for a minute getting across. And of course, this truck having the Fusion motor in it is just so much more controllable and so much more pleasurable to drive. And absolutely, you can add you know, the Fusion to the old Axial. Just something I never got around to doing. Kind of feel like that Crawlmaster in the 1080 fits its area. I may just leave it in there. All right, looking good here. Right, let's roll on over here to the bridge to get across the dried up river, and then we'll see if we can get up this bank beside the possum pen. So much better controllability with the drag brake going downhill, and you know, having a little throttle on it with the Fusion versus the old school Crawlmaster in 1080. But this is a newer product versus the old one, you know. I understand that, and I enjoy the old stuff too. And we got right up there. We'll hold up here for a little photo shoot, and we'll move on to the little next adventure here with this truck. All right, so we got something a little more technical here. This is a pretty steep little challenge right here. This will be my first attempt at this hill in a long time, so it is definitely not loose enough or broke in or anything. So let's see how the old SCX 10 does getting up through here. Not so good on the first try. Let's try her again. All right, let's give this a second try. I think we almost got it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Man, I thought we almost had it there. Let's try it one more time. All right, let's give this a third try. Now keep in mind, like I've said in my previous videos, I don't like to just stay on one place bouncing and banging and hopping around. If it don't make it pretty quick, we'll move on to something else. So let's see how it does here. one more run at it here. And we did get it on the third try. All right, let's bring the Redcat over and see how it does. All right, let's see what we can do here on this this little bank with the Redcat. This is a pretty steep climb right here. I flipped the axial over the first time, and I done a bunch of hopping and bouncing on the second tries, but we did finally get up there. But anyhow, let's see how the Redcat will do on its first try. And I thought we had it there pretty easy. We do got it. I thought it was going to roll right up it in the beginning there, but it did stall for a second. So all right, there we go. Let's move on to the next little obstacle here. Okay, on this little third obstacle right here, I got this interesting old suspended bridge right here. We'll try and climb up, and once you climb up it, you take a hard left, and I got a little tunnel you can come out right here. So let's see if we can get the old axial through there. And it is slick. If you'll notice on the other end of it, I've actually got some rubber pads out there to get some traction on. Whew. Almost got it. All right, there we go. Let me make this turn and we'll come out the other side on the tunnel here. And here she comes. All right, not too bad. Pull her right up here for a little screenshot. All right, there we go. Let's move on to something else now. All right, let's see how the old Redcat does on the old suspended bridge right here. We got to cross it pretty easy with the axial. Let's see if we can get the same result to this truck. All right, we may have got up that climb a little easier with this one here. Let's switch over to the side here and see if we can get a video over coming through the tunnel. And here she comes. Yeah. We'll pull right up here and stop for a little photo shoot. And there we go. Let's move on to something else. Okay, here we go on this little fourth obstacle. This little bank right here is pretty steep. You just kind of got to get the right run at it with the right speed. And if you hit it just right, it'll skeet right up through there. So let's see what we can do with this old axial here. Whew, let's try that again. All right, so we're gonna call this first attempt here a fail. Let's give her one more try. Okay, second try at this one. Let's see how it goes. I don't know if we're gonna make this one or not with the axial. My goodness, that's close. No cookie. All right, so we're gonna call that one right there a fail. Let's move on to another one. Okay, so here we go. We got this little, dirt bank climb coming up out of the ditch. I flipped the axial over backwards the first time I tried it, and then came back with a few more attempts and really just kind of spun and slid around, and I just couldn't get it up through there. I also made several attempts off camera and wasn't successful. So let's see what we can do with the Redcat here. And it looks like we got it through that first try. Now, I will say this, there's, considerable amount of wheel speed on this Redcat versus the, the old Axial SCX 10II also. It probably gave it a little bit of advantage. But at any rate, this truck did make the climb and the Axial didn't. So let's move on to something else. Okay, let's give this one here a try and see if we can get up this little bank right here. I don't think it's quite as steep as the one we just came off of. All right, we made that, and it is a little bouncy. Let's try it again and see if we can hit it a little easier and see if we can make it up through there. Okay, second try. Let's see if we can make this a little prettier. That's much better. Okay. Definitely like that better. All right, let's move on to something else. All right, so let's see how this one goes here. Now, when I ran the axial up through here, I got it first try. I actually hit it with a little too much momentum on the first try and really didn't look pretty. But I came back and cleaned it up on a second one. But let's see how the first run goes with the Redcat here. All right, a little bit of bouncing and hopping. What we got right up through there. We'll pull right down here by this root, get us a little screenshot, and then we'll move on to our next challenge. All right, there we go. All right, let's see if we can get up this bank right here, slide in across this vine, come in front of old Bigfoot right here. Oh yeah, no problem there. Now, I don't know about you, but I think Bigfoot kicked that one right there. Let's try that again. All right, let's try this one again. Let's see if we can keep old Bigfoot from kicking this one over this time when it crosses in front of him. Here we go. All right, I think we got it that time. Let's move on to another one. All right, so here we go. We're gonna come up the backside of Bigfoot Mountain with the Redcat. We got the axial up here the first time. Unfortunately, Bigfoot decided to kick it off the side of the bank when it got up here. But anyway, maybe he'll be a little nicer, this Redcat. Let's see what happens. Okay, there we go. Let's move on to the last one. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get this thing across this old wooden bridge I got on the back side of the course here. And this old bridge has about seen its days, but I believe it'll still hold up for a couple more passes. By the way, it is a hot one here in Georgia today, especially for the end of September. It's like 95 degrees today. All right, I think we made that. I just noticed we got a piece of wood standing up on the very end right here. I don't know if we're gonna get across that or not, but we're gonna try. Well, I believe it's gonna work. All right, let's take a left-hand turn right here, and we're gonna ease on up this bank, and then we're gonna bring the Redcat over here. We'll come across this tree. And a werewolf in the background. All right, there we go. So that was pretty good. Let's bring the Redcat over now. Okay, so here we go on this last little event. So let's see if we can get this Redcat up this old bridge. One last try before she gives away. Now we got the axial right through here with no problems. Hopefully this one will perform about the same. looking good so far. Now the bridge is kind of curled up here, but we got to cross it out with Axial. Let's see if the Redcat will do the same. I think so. We'll make a turn here. We'll have to come across this tree, and we will head right on up the back of this bank. And there we are. So let's run over here to the table and talk about these two trucks for a second and wrap this up. All right, everybody, so that's going to wrap it up with our little trailing fun here. And, you know, it's a little comparison between the Redcat Ascent and the Axial SCX 10. I don't remember if this is a 1 or a 2. It might be a 2. This truck's getting old, and I am too. Maybe you folks that know more about them wouldn't remember whether this is a 1 or a 2, but this is the one that came with the gray Jeep Cherokee body on it as an RTR, and I bought me a clear one and painted it. Keep in mind also that this Axial, you know, it's got a lot of goodies on it. I've got a winch on there, and of course it's got all the little modules and everything that goes inside of it, and a bunch of lights wired up, and you know, so there's a lot going on with this truck to make it a, you know, a good looking scale rig versus the Redcat. It's pretty simple. You know, as far as their performance today, they're both fine trail trucks. They're, you know, the Axial is, you know, more scale looking for sure. But as far as capabilities, I think the Redcat had a little bit of advantage on it, possibly because of wheel speed and, you know, the lower center of gravity on all the components on it. But anyway, this was pretty interesting and fun today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we will catch you guys on the next video. See you later.